In this video, I'll be walking you through a book that makes me over $400 each month. I'll be showing you the research process and how you can create a similar book and things that you need to be aware of. So make sure you watch this full video. So for the month of September, this book actually made me $496.58. And as you can see from the bar chart, it has been a consistent seller every single day. There's definitely huge demand in this niche and you can get consistent sales. And just to prove that it's not a one-off, even the previous month, I made $574.54. And you can again see that it is a consistent seller selling every single day. And now that we are in Q4, the sales are going to be picking up even more just because of the type of book that it is. And without keeping you guessing any longer, the type of book that this book is a quiz book. And for those who may not know what a quiz book is, it's essentially a compilation of questions and answers on various topics. So it gives the reader a chance to challenge himself and learn new information. Especially during Q4, these books are extremely popular as they make perfect gifts. Now, before you start creating a book like this, it's important that you try to understand the market and do some research. And I always start my research on Amazon. So if you type in quiz books, there are quite a lot of books to compete with. So you really need to take the time to niche down and find those keywords that are high demand and there's low competition. And a great way to start off with this is just by using the Amazon search bar. So just by looking already, we can see some keywords that people are searching for, such as quiz books for adults, for kids aged 8 to 12, for teens, you've got girls, you've got maths quiz books. So you can go through each keyword and check the number of results, make sure that there's a low amount of results and you're also seeing some low BSRs, which will give your book a much better chance of selling. So if we just go through a few books under the keyword quiz book for kids so that we can take a look at some ideas and themes. So if we scroll through the books that are doing well, we can see these first few are running ads, but we've got sports facts, we've got awesome trivia for kids, you've got riddles and trivia questions, then you've also got 1000 quiz questions, and scrolling further down, you've got another 1000 quiz questions, personality quizzes. You've got quick quizzes, and to the far right, you've got fun quiz book for kids. Scrolling even further down, we've got some fun riddles. And then to the far right, we've got a trivia for smart kids. So those are a few ideas you might want to think about, but what I would definitely do is just focus on the books with lower BSRs. Preferably under 100,000 that is doing well, and we can take a look inside at one of the interiors. So this book, Trivia for Smart Kids, currently has a very low BSR, and if we see the interior, we can see how simple it is to create. You've literally got a question and then you've got multiple choice answers. And there's various ways that we can come up with these questions, but if you're still struggling with research, and I've got these two videos on my channel. So the first is how to find and validate profitable niches in 2023 using 3 methods. And then the second is my new niche keyword and research method to find niches fast using Titans Pro, which will save you a lot of time. So check those 2 videos out. So I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can create your quiz questions once you've done the research. And the first would involve actually coming up with the questions yourself. So again, if you've got a lot of time and maybe you haven't got money to spend, then you will have to do all the research yourself, but you can use Google as your ally. But it will take you quite a bit of time to do the research and come up with the questions yourself. And make sure you aren't just copying and pasting information from any website, but you are trying to put the words into your own. If you are going to do this yourself, then I would recommend sticking to areas that you have a lot of knowledge in, just because it's going to be easier to compile the questions and answers. The second method actually involves using AI, specifically ChatGPT, but I wouldn't recommend using the free version, only the paid version, GPT-4, as it's a lot more understanding and intelligent. It does cost $20 a month, so if you're able to afford that, I would definitely go for it. You will still have to make a few tweaks here and there, but it's going to save you a lot more time than doing it yourself. And just to show you what I've been doing in here, the prompt that I've put in is provide me with 50 questions with 4 multiple choice questions, 3 incorrect and 1 correct answer, highlighted in bold, about animals for kids aged 6 to 9. And it's provided me with all of that information. Now, it depends on how many questions you want to include in your book, but with GPT-4, I recommend doing roughly 50 questions at a time rather than asking it to do 250 or 500 questions at a time, as the network can sometimes just disconnect and it say error. But if you get to the end of those 50 questions, then what you can do is just ask it to provide 50 more questions. So my book had roughly 200 to 250 questions, and I broke this down to around 3 questions per page. Now, with any AI content that you are using, you do really want to make sure that nothing is being plagiarized. So Grammarly is my go-to regarding checking any AI plagiarized content. And it is free to sign up to use. Just make sure that you do have a Google account. And you can see here I've copied and pasted in the first set of 50 questions, and it clearly says here that no plagiarism is found, and it's also checked quite a few other things, which is useful. But just to make sure, you can also check this on other plagiarism checker websites to ensure that the content is safe to use. Then once it's all been checked, you can copy and paste it into the design software that you use and then make any additional changes that you need. So your third option, and this is the option I actually went with to create my book, is actually hire a freelancer to come up with all the questions for you. And I used Fiverr for this, and I looked for a writer that was knowledgeable in the area that I wanted to create the book in. And just to show you as an example, if we go to Fiverr and type in history writer, then we can just scroll through a lot of the different listings. And you want to really find somebody that has a really high star rating and a lot of reviews. Then you can read through their reviews to get an understanding of their work and make sure that they have a very good level of English. And then what you want to do is just initiate the conversation with them and try to negotiate a price. Have an idea of how many words that you'll need exactly. Try to limit each question to under 10 words, which will help you get a better deal, and then you can kind of work out how many questions you need from there. So once you've got all your questions prepared, then you can go to Canva. The size I went with my book was 6 inches by 9. And all you need to do is go to create a design and then make sure that it's on inches, and then you put in 6 by 9 and create a new design. And this is an example of a book that I've been working on for this video. So we can see the title page. We've just got animal quiz book for kids. Again, add a little bit more design and make it a lot more interesting. Then you can, after that, you can have a contents page. And after that is when you can begin your questions. So you can see these were the questions taken from GPT-4. And make sure that you align everything correctly and it does all look professional. Also include an interior to make it look more attractive. And finally, you want to make sure that you include all the solutions at the end and download it as a PDF print so that it can be uploaded to Amazon KDP. Now, the final part of the process is uploading your book to Amazon KDP, and I do have a video on my channel that can walk you through that, and then also another video that will specifically help you with the back-end keywords. However, since I've created that video, there have been quite a few changes, and if you are specifically creating your quiz book with AI content, then you must now disclose it on Amazon, and I've got 2 videos related to help you what Amazon require with AI content. So the first video will explain this in detail, and the second video will actually walk you through an AI coloring book that I uploaded to Amazon. Now, one thing I do quickly want to mention is running ads for your books, and you don't have to overcomplicate these. I'm actually only running one ad on this book at the moment, and it's actually an automatic ad. So you can see that for the month of September, I spent $38.31, which gave me sales of $195.72 and a decent ACoS of 19.57%. But this definitely helps to drive more traffic to the book, which has helped it to get more sales. Now, if you want to learn to run automatic ads, I do have a video on my channel showing you that. It is quite old, and I will do an updated video on it soon. Now, I hope this video will help you start finding success with quiz books, and if you've got any questions, then leave them in the comments.